Western Spring Television. Ours it is.
Oh, yippee! KWWL! Kiddies World with LOLAH! Fun, educative, and inspiring. Oh, yes, I welcome you to the last Saturday in the month of July. I am super excited because July has been all shades of fun. A warm welcome to you all our viewers today. This is Kiddies World with LOLAH, a fun, inspiring, and educating children's show that shows right on this channel station every Saturday. Western Spring Television, channel 190 DTT on Star Times is this channel. And on the show today, we're going to engage in lots of segments that will inform you, segments that will educate you, and most importantly, they will entertain you. By the way, today is a special day, and this edition is also a special one where I have my stars and super kids, excellent learners, and guests from Daystars private schools. Put your hands together, sing for yourself. Oh yes, I am so glad to see you and excited because you are wonderful children. Thank you so much for coming. Put your hands together for yourself one more time, learners. Okay, so we're going to have loads and loads of fun today. In fact, on this show as well, we're going to be having a guest, from the same school, Daystars Private School. Let me save the gist for later. Okay, so on the teaching segment today, I will be teaching how to pronounce some commonly mispronounced words. Remember that when you speak well, you will improve your self-confidence, and one of the ways to speak well is to pronounce your words correctly. You're not going to be saying sugar for sugar. You know what I mean? And thereafter, we shall be having our super kids and wonderful learners from Daystar Private School who will engage with me in an interesting topic on today's show. You know what that topic is? You don't know. I'm going to tell you, don't worry. Be rest assured, children, that today's game segment will be fun. We're going to go... You know what that is already? Keep guessing, all right? So begin to exercise your speech organs, begin to warm up your mouth because you will need that exercise to help you during the game segment today. Join us every Saturday at 1 p.m. on this television station to enjoy fresh episode of this exciting children's show. We will go on a short break right now, and when we're back, we shall have the teaching segment. Don't go anywhere. It is Kiddies World with LOLAH. We will be right back. Yeah. Okay, welcome. And yes, this is Kiddies World with LOLAH in case you're just tuning in. It's a fun, educative, and inspiring program for children, teenagers, and of course, daddy and mommy can also learn. Okay, so right at this teaching segment, I want to teach you some commonly mispronounced words. Let me tell you something, children. If you speak so well and you use beautiful accent and you also try to carry yourself with poise and posture, and you don't pronounce your words correctly, hey, people are going to laugh at you. One of the ways you know someone with a good diction or someone with a great communication skill is by their word pronunciation. Remember, It's not our fault. English language is not our native language. But then, whatever is worth doing at all is worth doing well. So, we are going to be learning some commonly mispronounced words. Yes, you know that they are popular doesn't mean that they are right. So, there are some words that we have just been mispronouncing. We've been mispronouncing it. Like my daddy, my grandpa, my great-grandpa have been mispronouncing those words, but thank God for knowledge and program like this that will educate you. So let me go over this commonly mispronounced words because I am so sure that you're going to learn. So number one of this commonly mispronounced words is the word beret. Now, what is beret? You know, there's some school uniform that has a kind of a hat, a cap that, you know, you press either to the right side or you tilt them to the left-hand side, and, you know, it makes you just look good and smart. Now, that word is spelled as B-E-R-E-T. That is the word, B-E-R-E-T. So you don't mispronounce it as berets. I know. When I was growing up, that is what I was taught to pronounce that word as. But it is not pronounced that way. It is not beret. By the way, let me tell you the reason it is not beret. It is not beret because there is a silent letter T there. That T is not sounding T in that word. It is sounding A. So we say beret, not berets. Okay, children? So will you say with me now? Say beret. Beret. Again, beret. Beret. Very good. So don't say, mommy, my uniform, where is my green beret? Where is my black beret? No, you should say what? Beret and not beret. Very good. That is word number one. Okay, now the next word we are going to say is about some people that comes to the house to help us with our pipes, kitchen utensils, you know, some of the maybe drainer and all of that. Okay, now we don't call those set of people plumber. Say, mommy, this tap is not, when I open it, water will still be dropping, So who do you need to fix that? You don't need a plumber to fix that. In fact, the person you need is a plumber. Did you see my mouth? Plumber. Will you say that with me, children? Plumber. Very good. You will observe that the spelling goes P-L-U-M-B-E-R. Okay? And the thing is, you don't pronounce the B sound in that word. You don't pronounce the B sound. So you go plumber. Will you say plumber? Plumber. Again. Plumber. Very good. Word number three is mortgage. 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 Have you even heard that word before? Maybe, maybe not. I'll tell you what it means. So it's not a word that stands on its own. It's either a mortgage house or a mortgage property or a mortgage something, okay? So it's a collocation. But this time around, let me define it as a mortgage house. So what do we mean by mortgage house? It means a house that you build and you spread the payment for it. You know, you buy the house, not outrightly, not buying it with. Okay, so say the house is 1 million naira, okay? So you don't have the 1 million naira, so you will be given the opportunity to pay for that house for maybe 10 years or even 20 years, okay? So that kind of a house that you have purchased is called a mortgage house. So now look at the spelling. It is M-O-R-T-G-A-G-E. Now, if you want to go by the letters in that word, you pronounce it as mortgage. Mortgage, but it is not mortgage. It is pronounced mortgage, mortgage, mortgage. So the T in that word is also what? Silent. So you don't say mortgage. You say what? Mortgage. Can we say it again? Mortgage. One more time. Mortgage. Again. Mortgage. Okay. So yes, how many words have I given us now? I've given 3 words. The first word, who remembers? Yes, tell us.
Beret.
Beret. Fantastic. That is so smart of you. And the second word? Yes, please.
Plumber.
Plumber. I bet you won't forget that because girls have to wash plates all the time, and so they won't forget that. And the third word, yes, please.
Mortgage.
Mortgage. I love that. Put your hands together for yourself, children. Okay, so yes, which other word do I want to teach us to pronounce correctly today? All right, that word begins with letter Q, Q-U-A-Y. So you're wondering, Q-U-A-Y, what does it even mean? Okay, what is Q-U-A-Y? Who wants to attempt it? Do we say kwa, wa, wa, kwa, 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 kwa? No, 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 no. It is not kwa, wa, 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 okay? And let me tell you what it is. It is a stone or a metal platform that is lying alongside, okay, or projecting into water. It is for loading ships. So if you want to load ships, all right, there's this metal that you see by the water. They use it to load in ship, okay? Use it to load in ship. You step on that metal, put whatever you want to carry on that metal, and then you take it into the ship. Now, remember I spelled it as Q-U-A-Y. That word is not pronounced kwae or kwae, all right? It is pronounced as key. Somebody is wondering, is it K-A-Y? Now, those are the dynamics of English language, and that is why you need to be close to your diction or phonetics teacher or your dictionary, okay? So you can look at the spelling of words and also their transcriptions for those of you that are learning phonetics in your school. So the word Q-U-A-Y is not pronounced quai. It is pronounced what? Key. Children, say it with me. Say key.
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 Key. Excellent. Well done. And so the last word that I'm going to be teaching us to pronounce today is, who wants to guess? Do you know what it is? You know what it is? Okay, now let me tell you the last word. The last word that I'm teaching you to pronounce is A-R-E-N-A. A-R-E-N-A. What is that word? You say, my church is Jesus Arena. Can you call, what is it now? Kingdom Arena. That arena. That word is not pronounced arena. Not at all. It's not pronounced arena. Pronounce it as arena. Children, can you say that with me? Arena. Again?
Arena.
Very good. So it is not pronounced as arena. How do we spell arena? We say A-R-E-N-A. Arena, not arena. Have you learned today?
Yes.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Okay, so let's play the game. You know how we do it. We'll tell our friends, we'll put on, let me see your angry face. Show me your angry face. Or some of you are still laughing, smiling. Is that how you get angry? When somebody like takes your lollipop from you or take your favorite toy from you, you go like this. Okay? So now tell your friend beside you, say, never say, arena.
Arena.
You should say,
Arena.
arena. Never say,
Quay.
quay. You should say,
Key.
key. Never say, plumber. You should say, plumber. Never say, berets. You should say, beret. Very good. Put your hands together for yourself. You're such a wonderful and smart letter, and I hope you're really going to be pronouncing this set of words correctly and not in the wrong way. Thank you for learning with me. We will move on to the next segment, but before we do that, we will go on a short break, and then when we return, you're going to be meeting my wonderful, smart, beautiful and intelligent guests from Daysters Private Schools in Osogbo. Don't go anywhere. It's still Kiddies World with LOLAH.
But Damosi Adegoke Adelabu was a prominent figure in Ibadan politics and Western region before Nigeria's independence. He was a key founder of the National Council of Nigeria and the Cameroons, a political party that held lofty the torch of liberty for the two West African countries. He carved a niche for himself as a wordsmith and a creative speaker. The nickname Kwenkelemens was a natively corrupted version of peculiar mess, his bombastic English language style often used to score proceedings at the parliament. The author of Africa in Ebullition, a handbook of freedom for Nigerian nationalists, was Nigeria's Federal Minister of Natural Resources and Social Services between 1955 and 1956. He died in an auto crash on the 25th March 1958 at the age of 42. Western Spring Television identifies Adegoke Adelabu as a watershed character in history.
Sports is a culture on its own. It has its own language, its own people, with their own way of life. The world of sports is never void of actions, stories, dramas, and scandals. I guess you need a sports show that can walk the walk and talk the talk.
On this show, we answer all your sporting questions. The whens, the whys, the wheres, and even the what-ifs. Sports Spring is that show that will give you that new lease of life you've been looking for in sport journalism. Join me, Joseph Atewe,
And your sports Amazon, Nengi Ernest.
on this station, Western Spring Television, channel 190, only on Star Times.
Let's talk sports. Let's speak the most universal language of the world.
This iconic African presents the narrative of a man destined to exert an imperishable global influence in Western education. His was a story of a freeborn, captured and sold into slavery. He was born in Oshogun, a native Yoruba village near Iseyin in Okeogun axis of southwest Nigeria. Samuel Ajayi Crowther was the foundation student of Fora Bay College, Sierra Leone, the foremost university where the pioneer set of native Africans were educated. Samuel Ajayi Crowther's greatest contribution to humanity was his translation of the Holy Bible into the Yoruba language. The man who authored the Yoruba dictionary was also credited with the translation of English classic hymns into Yoruba and the Ekwere languages. Samuel Ajayi Crowther's private residence in Badagry, incidentally the first story building in Nigeria, is an archival museum dedicated to the memory of Africa's first bishop. Western Spring Television identifies Samuel Ajayi Crowther as a watershed character in history.
Turn it up! It's the Wild Wild West. And Western Spring Television is pulling out all the stops to make sure that you don't miss out on every of the fun and happenings around you. Yup, we've got you covered because your girls got all the juiciest tidbits and entertainment news from around the world. Cross over to the chocolatey side of entertainment. Join me, Chocolate Cassie, on Eccentric as we take you into every bit of the juiciest news, fashion, music, movie updates, and other trending conversations. Together on the show, we'll get personal with your favorite celebrities via phone call, Zoom, or even live here in the studio. Eccentric will be shown on your TV screen on Western Spring Television, channel 190, only on Star Times.
Ahmadu Bello, a Prince Royal, was born 6th of December 1910 at Raba Village, Sokoto, northwestern Nigeria. His father was a district head and heir apparent to the Sultanate throne from the house of Usmanu Danfodio, a religious and social reformer who brought the Habib dynasty under the Fulani Caliphate in the beginning of the 19th century. Ahmadu Bello raised the bar of political consciousness in participation when, in 1944, he engineered the establishment of the Northern People's Congress (NPC) as the first political party in northern Nigeria and the rallying point for politicians in the region before independence. History will not forget Ahmadu Bello for his charisma and political sagacity, which provided easy passage for his kinsmen to assume political and administrative positions in Nigeria's post-independence era. The distinguished elder statesman and Sardauna of Sokoto has his face on his country's 200 naira currency as a mark of honor to one of the architects of Nigeria's independence. Western Spring Television identifies Ahmadu Bello as a watershed character in history.
Arrested, affected, sound, found. What do we see? What do we say? Flowing from a spring. A fact A to Z. Check and confirm. Ever is pounding current events. Traveling down from the business gist to the globally arising happenings, to the sports news, to the bittersweet infos. Guided transmission, even diffusion, vast and fast. Detailed facts are fled. Within seconds, nuggets of words that flew across borders are fired. Stories short and long, wrapped in bundles of words, broken and dissected as it is, except misheard. This is the news as it is. Arrested, affected, sound, found. What do we see? What do we say? Flowing from a spring. A fact A to Z. Check and confirm. Ever is pounding current events. Traveling down from the business gist to the globally arising happenings, to the sports news, to the bittersweet infos. Guided transmission, even diffusion, vast and fast. Detailed facts are fled. Within seconds, nuggets of words that flew across borders are fired. Stories short and long, wrapped in bundles of words, broken and dissected as it is, except misheard. This is the news as it is.
Ahmadu Bello, a Prince Royal, was born 6th of December 1910 at Raba Village, Sokoto, northwestern Nigeria. His father was a district head and heir apparent to the Sultanate throne from the house of Usmanu Danfodio, a religious and social reformer who brought the Habib dynasty under the Fulani Caliphate in the beginning of the 19th century. Ahmadu Bello raised the bar of political consciousness in participation when, in 1944, he engineered the establishment of the Northern People's Congress (NPC) as the first political party in northern Nigeria and the rallying point for politicians in the region before independence. History will not forget Ahmadu Bello for his charisma and political sagacity, which provided easy passage for his kinsmen to assume political and administrative positions in Nigeria's post-independence era. The distinguished elder statesman and Sardauna of Sokoto has his face on his country's 200 naira currency as a mark of honor to one of the architects of Nigeria's independence. Western Spring Television identifies Ahmadu Bello as a watershed character in history.
Sports is a culture on its own. It has its own language, its own people, with their own way of life. The world of sports is never void of actions, stories, dramas, and scandals. I guess you need a sports show that can walk the walk and talk the talk.
On this show, we answer all your sporting questions. The whens, the whys, the wheres, and even the what-ifs. Sports Spring is that show that will give you that new lease of life you've been looking for in sport journalism. Join me, Joseph Atewe,
And your sports Amazon, Nengi Ernest.
on this station, Western Spring Television, channel 190, only on Star Times.
Let's talk sports. Let's speak the most universal language of the world.
Gbadamosi Adegoke Adelabu was a prominent figure in Ibadan politics and Western region before Nigeria's independence. He was a key founder of the National Council of Nigeria and the Cameroons, a political party that held lofty the torch of liberty for the two West African countries. He carved a niche for himself as a wordsmith and a creative speaker. The nickname Kwenkele was a natively corrupted version of peculiar mess, his bombastic English language style often used to score proceedings at the parliament. The author of Africa in Ebullition, a handbook of freedom for Nigerian nationalists, was Nigeria's Federal Minister of Natural Resources and Social Services between 1955 and 1956. He died in an auto crash on the 25th March 1958 at the age of 42. Western Spring Television identifies Adegoke Adelabu as a watershed character in history.
Turn it up! It's the Wild Wild West, and Western Spring Television is pulling out all the stops to make sure that you don't miss out on every of the fun and happenings around you. Yup, we've got you covered because your girls got all the juiciest tidbits and entertainment news from around the world. Cross over to the chocolatey side of entertainment. Join me, Chocolate Cassie, on Eccentric as we take you into every bit of the juiciest news, fashion, music, movie updates, and other trending conversations. Together on the show, we'll get personal with your favorite celebrities via phone call, Zoom, or even live here in the studio. Eccentric will be shown on your TV screen on Western Spring Television, channel 190, only on Star Times.
Three little kittens went out to play. They went to the park on a lovely day. They played on the swing, yay, yay, yay. They enjoyed themselves every day. Three little kittens went out to play. They went to the park on a lovely day. They played on the slide.
Oh, yes, 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 yes. KWWL.
Kiddies World with LOLAH.
Kiddies World with LOLAH. Fun,
educative, and inspiring.
Put your hands together for yourself. You're welcome back. I hope you've been having a great time on this show. This is Kiddies World with LOLAH right here on Western Spring Television, channel 190 DTT. And I have got my guests right here beside me. And they're beautiful. Oh, yes, they are. And so it's time for you to meet my guests. And I'm not going to do the introduction. They are confident and they are from Daystars Private Schools here in Oshogbo. Let's meet you. You're welcome to Kiddies World with LOLAH. Can we meet you, darling? Tell everybody about yourself.
My name is Oladeji Yomife.
Oladeji Yomife.
I'm 9 years old.
Hmm.
I'm the second child of my parents.
Oh, so you're not the last born like me. Second child, okay.
And I'm a pupil of Daystar Private School.
A pupil of Daystar Private School. Okay, what's your best food, Yomife?
I don't have one.
I don't understand. Like any food goes?
Yeah.
Hey, but there must be one that you eat and you're like, this is so. Any food makes you feel like that?
Not really.
Not really. Wow, not even amala and gbegiri. Not even noodles or what are those shawarma? Not even shawarma?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, what's your best color, Yomife?
My best color is yellow.
Yellow. Oh, not white that I'm wearing today. Okay, that is Yomife from Daystar Private School, and you are in what class?
Basic 3.
Basic 3. Okay, so Yomife and I will be engaging in a conversation today. But then Yomife is not only by herself. She has a friend right here and my friend as well. Please tell everyone about yourself, beautiful.
My name is Oshati Fisolami.
Hey, Fisolami. Fisolami, baby. Good to have you on the program today. How are you, Fisolami?
I'm fine.
Okay, so tell us more about yourself. I'm sure you will have a best food, not like Yomife. So what's your best food?
I love rice with egg,
Hey, fried egg or boiled egg?
boiled egg.
Woo, that's a good one. And what class are you in? I didn't ask.
I'm in basic 5.
Yes, senior Fola Mami Fisolami Fisolami. So do they call you senior Fisolami in school?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, and how do you feel when somebody says senior Fisolami?
Happy.
Ah, I know. Somebody should also call me Senior Lola so that I can be happy. Well, nice to have you on the program today. What's your best color,
My
Fisolami?
best color is pink.
Pink. Pinky winky. So you must like Barbie.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Good to have you here. So you're going to be graduating.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, that's so sweet. Looking forward to going into GSS1, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Please invite me. When is your school party? When is it? I want to attend your school graduation party so that, hey, I can also take some pictures with you. When is that coming up?
August 11th.
August 11th, I will be there. I take that to be an invitation, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, that's very good. Thank you for coming on the program today. And so today we want to look at the subject discipline. 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 Will you spell discipline for us, Yomife?
D-I-C-I-P-L.
Yes. D-I-S-C-I.
P-L-I-N.
Absolutely. Please put your hands together for Yomife. That is correct. Yes, discipline. And I know it's not a word that you like. I know children don't like the word, I'll discipline you. I'll discipline you. I'm a disciplinarian. I know you don't like it, but hey, let's talk about it. Maybe it's a good word or a bad word. Maybe we want to hear it more or want to hear it less. In your own words, Fisolami, what does discipline mean to you as a child? As Fisolami, I'm not saying, just tell me, what does the word discipline, whether discipline or discipline, what does it mean to you?
In my own words, discipline is the practice of training a child to obey rules or a code of behavior to correct disobedience.
Oh, Fisolami, firstly, I like the way you speak and it's melting my heart. Oh, that's so beautiful. Yes, so I'd like you to take that definition again and, let's break it down because I really love it. So what is discipline?
Discipline is the practice of training a child to obey a rules or code of behavior to correct disobedience.
Wow. Please put your hands together for her. I love that definition. So it means sometimes children don't know how to obey rules and regulation without you training them to. I like that definition because Fisolami's definition didn't say beating a child or, hitting a child or breaking a child's hand in order to make them obey rules and regulations. Am I speaking for you guys? So she said training a child to obey the rules and regulation and, ensuring that the child is not disobedient. That is discipline. Okay, I love that definition. Thank you so much, Fisolami. Let's hear from Yomife. Yomife, in your own word, what does discipline mean to you? Does it mean that's both? You know what I mean? What does discipline mean to you?
Discipline is the practice of training people to obey rules or codes of behavior in order not to misbehave.
Discipline. In order not to misbehave. I am holding that. She also said a training that helps people, all right, to keep to, right? So it means discipline is a training. That's what I'm able to get from your definition, right? It's a practice, it's a training. Both two words means that somebody will help somebody to achieve something, isn't it? Discipline. So I was thinking in my mind that discipline is just back, boots, back. But let's talk about this. When we say discipline, punishment, they look like words that are usually side by side. Are they twins? No. So what is your own idea of a good punishment? Because punishment will happen when you don't obey, right? When you don't obey a discipline or yield to discipline, then punishment will come, right? Isn't it? Yes. Okay. But let me even ask you, what are the benefits of discipline? Should I even like discipline as a child? Because confession time, should I confess? Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. Anytime my mommy disciplines me, I will not be happy. I will not be saying that, this mommy does not even like me. This daddy does not even like. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell. I'll say, I'm only telling Solami and Chiomife. So I'll now say, my mommy does not like me. My mommy does not even like me. That's why we discipline somebody. Discipline somebody. Don't tell my mommy. Okay? Okay. So, is discipline good?
Yes.
In your own opinion, do you think discipline is good for Salami?
Yes, in my opinion, I think discipline is good because discipline is love. And the reason why our parents are disciplining us is because they want the best of us.
Oh, please put your hands together for her. The reason our parents discipline us is because they love us and they want the what? The best for us. Oh, so my mommy loves me. That's why she disciplines me. My daddy loves me. That's why she disciplines me. And they want the best for me. Okay, I think I'm beginning to change my mind now about discipline. What is the benefit of discipline to you, Yomife?
It makes a child not to go astray.
So if a child is left like a car, and you just leave the steering and the engine is on and you are pressing the accelerator, the car can go to the bush, right? So a child can also be likened to a car that is not being steered. Discipline is the steering. It makes the car go straight to the desired destination. So Yomife said that if a child is not disciplined, the child can go haywire, go astray. And if the child goes astray, that is accident. We don't want that. Wow, that is a very good point. So discipline is good. Discipline is good. And for any child that does not take to discipline, punishment will now follow. Talking about punishment. Hey, Fisalam, which punishment is it that when mommy says, hey, Fisalami, go and do this, or daddy calls and says, Fisalami, which punishment do you dread most? Like you don't, hey, the moment they say go and do like this, you go, mommy, okay, daddy, I'm sorry. So which punishment is that for you? Because for me, there is a particular punishment that, when I was a child, I dread it. The moment my daddy tells me, hey, you are going to, I would like, before even serving the punishment, I would have been crying. So what is that kind of punishment for you?
Monkey cigarette or pin-up.
Hey! Children, did you hear Fisolami? Monkey cigarette? Which one is monkey cigarette, please? How is it done?
The one you put your leg inside your hand, then you'll be sucking your hand.
Oh, goodness me. So, like, that must be very painful. Will you do that sitting down or standing up?
Standing.
Standing! Oh, jeez. That sounds like, I don't even, I hope my mom is not listening to you so as to give me that kind of punishment again. Which one is the second one?
Pin.
What is that one?
The one you use one finger on the floor and raise the second leg.
Well, how can one finger keep your weight? You don't be shaking like this. Shaking like this. Is it shaking? And I guess you'll be sweating too. Yeah. I can relate with that. I can relate with that. Wow. Yomife?
Yes, ma'am.
Which punishment do you dread most? Like, you would rather just beg, like beg with everything in this world than to serve that kind of punishment?
Pink pen.
Huh? Pink pen.
Yes, you put your hand on the floor.
Oh, that same one you described.
Yes.
So you really do not like that.
Yeah.
So which one have you served? Which punishment have you served before that in your life you can never forget it? Which one is it for you, Salami?
The same one.
The same one. It's so painful, right? But can you tell me, what was it that you did that made you, serve that punishment?
I broke a plate.
Oh, and I guess you didn't report it. Because sometimes when we do things accidentally, maybe you are washing the plate and then it breaks, or something gets spoiled in your hands. The problem is that our mommies and daddies don't mind to forgive us. But you know what we do as children? You know what we do? We now go and hide it somewhere. We think that mommy will not know. Is it? I know what we used to do. We now go and hide it. When we hide it, mommy will now say, where is this plate? Say, mommy, I don't know. We even tell lies. And that is not good at all. But maybe if when you had broken the plate, or maybe the bread just got broken accidentally, it wasn't deliberate, and you've gone to mommy and say, Daddy, mommy, please, I'm sorry, as I was washing the plate, you just wear that your sorry face. We have sorry face. So show me your sorry face. That's a sorry face, and you just say, I'm sorry, mommy, daddy, I broke the plate. When you just say that, you not kneel down and say, I'm sorry, they will not punish you. But maybe if Isolami did not say that, or maybe she just did any of those children pranks and all that, and then you serve that punishment. Sorry, yeah. What about you?
Stupid pen.
That same one. It seems you are doing encore with punishment now, huh? Okay, so what happened? Why did you deserve such punishment?
Because I forgot to do my chores.
Oh, you were playing, watching television or something?
And I slept off because my head was aching me.
Okay, and you did not wake up to now do the chores. Okay, anyways, of course I know that punishment are never pleasant. But you see now, look at them. They did not die. Now you will not forget to do your chores anymore, right?
Yes.
And you, when something happens accidentally, you will tell your parents about it, right? Very good. So what can be the consequences of lack of discipline? I know we mentioned it. We said that child can have accident and turn to be bad child, bad adult, right? What are all the other consequences of raising a child? Or you are a child and you say, I don't like discipline. This person disciplines you. You say, leave me, Joe. That person disciplines you. You say, leave me, Joe. So what are the consequences of lack of discipline? Very quickly.
The child may turn to its out.
Okay.
The child might join
Bad gang. And that is not good. What about you, Yomife?
A child may be brought up as a lazy child.
As a lazy child, and that will not be good enough. I hope that our audience are listening to you, and of course those who are watching us have also learned one or two things, all right, from you today. And I'm glad that you are disciplined children, and so are children in Daystar's private school, right?
Yes,
Thank you so much for coming today. And let me just ask you these funny questions before you go. All right, choose one: cane or washing the toilet?
Okay, washing the toilet.
Really? You don't like cane? What about you? Cane or washing the toilet?
Cane.
Wow. Okay. Washing the plates or skipping of snacks?
Washing the plates.
Wow, you like snacks. Look at you. You like sweet too. What about you? Skipping snacks or washing the toilet?
Touching the plates.
Washing the plates. Oh, so you rather wash plates and leave chocolates and all of that alone. Thank you so much. This is Fisolami and Yomife, right from Daystar Private Schools. Thank you so much for coming today. We really appreciate you. You are so smart and intelligent. All right, so we'll go on a short break, and when we return, we're going to be playing our games. Don't touch the dial. It's still Kiddies World with LOLAH. We'll be right back.
Turn it up! It's the Wild Wild West. And Western Spring Television is pulling out all the stops to make sure that you don't miss out on every of the fun and happenings around you. Yup, we've got you covered because your girls got all the juiciest tidbits and entertainment news from around the world. Cross over to the chocolatey side of entertainment. Join me, Chocolate Cassie, on Eccentric as we take you into every bit of the juiciest news, fashion, music, movie updates, and other trending conversations. Together on the show, we'll get personal with your favorite celebrities via phone call, Zoom, or even live here in the studio. Eccentric will be showing on your TV screen on Western Spring Television, channel 190, only on Star Times.
This iconic African presents the narrative of a man destined to exert an imperishable global influence in Western education. His was a story of a freeborn, captured and sold into slavery. He was born in Oshogun, a native Yoruba village near Iseyin in Okeogun axis of southwest Nigeria. Samuel Ajayi Crowther was the foundation student of Fora Bay College, Sierra Leone, the foremost university where the pioneer set of native Africans were educated. Samuel Ajayi Crowther's greatest contribution to humanity was his translation of the Holy Bible into the Yoruba language. The man who authored the Yoruba dictionary was also credited with the translation of English classic hymns into Yoruba and the Ekwere languages. Samuel Ajayi Crowther's private residence in Badagry, incidentally the first story building in Nigeria, is an archival museum dedicated to the memory of Africa's first bishop. Western Spring Television identifies Samuel Ajayi Crowther as a watershed character in history.
WWL.
Kiddies World with LOLAH.
Kiddies World with LOLAH. Fun, educating, and inspiring. Put your hands together for yourself. So yes, this is the time you have been waiting for. And for the game today, we're going to be having a tongue twister. Remember, I told you to start exercising your speech organs. So can we just have some speech organ exercise? So just make your mouth go like this, clockwise. Let's go. All right, let's also do it anti-clockwise. We go. Very good. And so can we go blah 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 blah. All right, that is just to warm up your speech organs. So the tongue twister we're saying today is about wood. It's about wood, it's about chalk, it's about chalk. So those are different words I've mentioned. So the tongue twister goes thus. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck would chuck wood? Yes. How much of wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck would chuck wood? So I want someone that can say it 5 times without biting his or her tongue. So do I have anyone who wants to dare say that 5 times? I've got a gift for you lying down there. So who wants to say it? Yes, so you don't need to stand. Just sit where you are. Raise your hand and I'm going to call you. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck would chuck wood? Yes, so who's going? Yes, that's my friend Yamife. So sit and say it.
How much would a woodchuck chuck if a wood would chuck?
Wood. Okay, so you got it. You're saying it 5 times. Are you ready? 1, 2, go.
How much would a woodchuck chuck if a wood would chuck wood? How much would a woodchuck chuck if a wood would chuck wood? How much would a woodchuck chuck if a chuck would chuck wood?
How much would a woodchuck chuck if a chuck woodchuck would?
Wow. One more time.
How much would a woodchuck chuck if a chuck would?
You really tried. That was a very good attempt. Okay, so I'm gonna get you a gift right after the show. Yes, one of the person wants to try. Let's hear from you, Fisalami.
How much would a woodchuck food?
It is how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck would chuck wood. Let's go.
How much would a woodchuck chuck wood?
Okay, do you have any other person that wants to try? Yes, go on.
How much wood would a woodchuck if a woodchuck woodchuck wood? How much wood would a woodchuck if a woodchuck woodchuck wood? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck wood? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck wood? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck wood?
Wow, fantastic. Please put your hands together for her. Do I have any boy? Ah, boy, you've been quiet today. Yes, boys. Let's have you. Go on. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck would chuck wood?
How much will a woodchuck chuck with a woodchuck?
If a
woodchuck
would chuck wood.
If a woodchuck would chuck wood.
Okay.
How much will a woodchuck chuck with a woodchuck chuck with woodchuck wood?
Uh-huh.
How much will a woodchuck chuck with a woodchuck chuck will chuck wood?
Okay.
How much will the woodchuck chuck with a woodchuck chuck that chuck?
Would chuck that chuck wood. Okay. So the fifth one.
How much will a woodchuck chuck with a woodchuck chuck with woodchuck?
Chuck. Please put your hands together for him. Yes, that was a very good attempt. So yes, my gift will go to for Fisolami and my dear friend here. Yes, you also said it 5 times. Oh, so I've got my 3 gifts completed like that. Well done. Put your hands together for yourself. That was awesome. Tongue twister will help you to be able to navigate, move your tongue, your mouth, your teeth around while speaking without necessarily biting yourself. And on this note, I want to say a big thanks to Cow Concept, because those gifts we're giving you today, it was presented by Cow Concept. Thank you so much, Cow Concept, for that wonderful gift. And I want to say thank you to our audience. Thank you for watching today's episode of Kiddies World with LOLAH. I'm sure you have been educated and inspired today. Thank you. I also want to appreciate our guest and audience from Daystars Private School, Oshogbo. You are amazing. Put your hands together for yourself. Thank you so much. And to you watching, our viewers, parents, everyone who has worked with us today and will be watching, we say thank you for joining us on the program. You are indeed the best. Join us next week, Saturday, for another fresh episode of Kiddies World with LOLAH here on Western Spring Television, channel 190 DTT on Star Times. The time remains 1 p.m. Don't you forget to watch us as well on our YouTube page, Western Spring Television. Subscribe and turn on the post notification so that every time we go live, you will be catching us live. Until next week, Saturday, when I come on your screen again, I say stay blessed. Enjoy the rest of your day and know that LOLAH cares. Thank you.